Hello children, how are you all? Hope that you all are keeping well. This is Shikha Shivas and today again I am with you to discuss lesson number 3, the hair on the moon. In the last session we had read the lesson and I had given you the explanation, and in this session I'll be discussing the book exercises. So I request all the students to please keep your books in front of you so that when I discuss the exercise it will be easy for you to understand. I hope that you all are ready with your books. Let's get started. Come to page number 18. We have question answers. We'll discuss the question answers, then we'll also forward the answers on your WhatsApp groups, but let's discuss it. The first question is, where did the hare live? So we all have read the story and you must be knowing the answer. What is the answer? The hare lived in the forest. The next question is, who came and stood near the hare? So who came and stood near the hare? The beggar. Okay, the beggar came and stood near the hare. This is your answer number 2. Then we have the third question. What did the beggar want? What did the beggar want? The beggar wanted some food. The fourth question is, what did the hare offer the beggar? The hare offered some green grass to the beggar. Okay, then we have question number 5. What did the hare do in the end? The hare asked the beggar to eat him up. This is your answer number 5. We have question number 6. Who was the beggar? Who was the beggar? The beggar was actually an angel of God. And the last question is, what did the angel do to the hare? The angel put the hare on the moon. So here we have finished with all the answers. I hope the answers are clear to you. Next we have vocabulary. I'll just spell these words. You will pronounce these words after me. Okay? The first word is picture. P-I-C-T-U-R-E. Picture. Picture. The next word is brother. B-R-O-T-H-E-R. Brother. The next is elder. E-L-D-E-R. Elder. The next word is younger. Y-O-U-N-G-E-R. Younger. The next one is other. O-T-H-E-R. Other. The next one is near. N-E-A-R. Near. The next one is beggar. B-E-G-G-A-R. Beggar. Next one is hare. H-A-R-E. Hare. And the last word is fire. F-I-R-E. Fire. Hope that you all had pronounced these words with me. Okay. Then we have the second exercise, that is use words in brackets and complete the sentences. I'll just read the questions and I'll say the answers, and these answers will also be forwarding to you on the WhatsApp group. Okay. The first question is, what does a pilot do? This is the answer is already given here. A pilot flies aeroplanes. Okay. Options are also there. Flies and aeroplanes. You have to use these words and complete the answers. The second one is, what does a fisherman do? In the bracket you have catches and fish. So what is the answer? A fisherman catches fishes. The third one is, what does a tailor do? What does a tailor do? A tailor stitches clothes. You can also see the pictures given in front of the sentences. Okay. The next one is, what does a teacher do? A teacher teaches. Fifth one is, what does a gardener do? A gardener tends a garden. Sixth one is, what does a driver do? A driver drives vehicles. The next one is, what does a chemist do? The options are sells and medicines. A chemist sells medicines. Turn the page. Now here we have the use of can and may. Okay. So where do we use can and where do we use may? We use can when we wish to take permission from a person we know well. So we use this word can when we want to take permission from a person whom we know well, like our friends. Yes. And the examples are also given here. Let's read the examples. Your sister may ask you, can I borrow your scale? So here we are using can, because this conversation is between a sister and a girl. So if you ask your sister, then she's a person who you know very well. Yes, so you can use the word can. Can I borrow your scale? You may ask your father, can I use your pen? So your father, mother, they are very close to you. Yes, your friend, your sister, your brother, they all are very close to you. You know them very well. So you can use the word can if you want to ask something, if you want to take any permission. Okay. Then we have the word may. Where do we use may? Now let's read. If you are speaking to someone elder, maybe your parents, teachers, or relatives, or someone you do not know, it is more polite to use may. Now the word may, it is considered more polite than the word can. So whenever you want to take permission from some elder person, yes, like your parents or your grandparents or your teachers, then which word do you use? You use may. You must be knowing, like whenever you want to take, you ask your teacher to come inside the class, what do you say? Ma'am, please may I come in? Yes, because your teacher is an elder person. She's a person whom you respect. Yes, so the people whom we respect, who are elder to us, we use the word may. So now I think it must be clear to you where do we use can and where do we use may. So we have the exercise over here where you have to use the word can and may. Okay, read the situation given below, then complete the sentence beside them using can or may. Read them aloud. Okay, so I'll just read these sentences for you. The first one is, a girl is speaking to her friend who has a scooter. Dash, I drive your scooter. So here, a girl, what is the situation given to you? That a girl is saying this thing to her friend that who has a scooter. So which word will she use? Dash, I drive a scooter. She's asking to her friend. So she'll use may or can. She will use can. Why she will use can? Because here she's talking to her friend. And I already told you that whenever we talk to our friend or someone who's very close to us, then we can use the word can. So here what will come? Can I drive your scooter? The second situation is given to you. It is raining. A woman is holding an umbrella. Another lady is asking her. So now a woman is holding an umbrella and another lady is asking for that umbrella. So the sentence is, dash, I share the umbrella with you. So she's asking that lady that, dash, I use this umbrella with you. So will she use may or will she use can? She will use may. May or can? She can use, she'll use can, because here a woman is unknown. Yes, sorry, here she'll use may. I'm really sorry. Here she'll use may because that woman is unknown. The people who are not known to us, we use the word may. So she will say, may I share the umbrella with you? Okay. The next one is, the man is asking his wife. Now a man is asking his wife. So wife is close to the man. Yes, she is known to the man. So dash, switch off the TV. So what he will say to his wife? He will say, can I? Yes, here the word can will be used. Can I switch off the TV? Fourth sentence is, the boy is asking his neighbor in class. So boy is asking neighbor in class. Now again, he's talking to his classmate. So what he will use, which word he will use? Can. Yes, can I borrow your eraser? Okay. The fifth one, the girl is asking her grandfather. Now grandfather, he is an elder person, he is a respectable person. So here what we will use, can or may? We will use may. Dash, I use your walking stick. So here what will come? may will come. Okay, so I hope that you must have understood where to use may and where to use can. Okay, now some sentences are given to you on the next page. Look at page number 21. Some sentences are given to you and you have to read the situation and write the answers using may or can. Okay, you want to borrow your friend's pencil. If you want to borrow your friend's pencil, then what will you say? How will you ask for the pencil? Can I use your pencil? You will use the word can. Okay, you will not say may I use because you are talking to your friend. Yes. Second situation is given. You want to go to play. How will you ask your mother? Now, if you want to ask your mother is an elder person. So, what will you use? You will use can or may. You will use may because you are talking to a respectable person. Yes. So, you will say, may I go to play? The third one is you want to come inside the class. Now again you are asking to your teacher that may I come inside the class. So here you are talking to your teacher. She is an elder person. So will you use can or may? What will you use? You will use may. May I come in? Okay. Next again you have to answer using may or can. Another situation is given. You want to ask your mother for some money. So here also you are talking to your mother. So you will use the word may. May I have some money? And at the end of the sentence you will put a question mark because you are asking something. Okay. The second one is you want to borrow your friend's book. Now you are talking to your friend. A friend is someone who is very close to you. So here the people whom you know well, what do you use? You use can. So here you can use the word can. Can I use your book? At the end of the sentence you will put a question mark. Then we have the third sentence. You want your principal to let you read a storybook. Now here you are talking to your principal, who is a respectable person. So what you will use here? You will use may, not can. May I read a storybook? And you'll put a question mark. Okay, so here we finish with the next exercise. Then we have opposite words. Come to right column, write the opposites. Now here I'll just write it on the board. You have to write the opposite of these words. The words are given. First is brother. Second is near. Soft, happy, older, before, die, and kind. These are the words and you have to write the opposite of these words. Okay. So brother, what is the opposite of brother? The opposite of brother is sister. Then we have near. What is the opposite of near? Far. F-A-R, far. Soft. What is the opposite of soft? Hard. H-A-R-D, hard. Happy. The opposite of happy is sad. Then we have older. The opposite of older is younger. Then we have before. Before, the opposite of before is after. Then die. Die, the opposite of die is live. L-I-V-E, live. The opposite of kind is cruel. C-R-U-E-L, cruel. You have to note down these in your books. Turn the page. Next question is, describe the places using words and picture clues. One is done. So here on this page number 22, some pictures are given to you. You have to look at the picture, recognize the picture and write their names. Okay. And the clues are given on top in the clue box. One change is there. First word which is given in the clue box is kitchen. Just cancel that word and write there zoo. It's the wrong option given over there. Just cancel it and write there zoo. Okay, so the first clue is zoo, then railway station, supermarket, cinema hall, library, hotel, hospital, playground and bank. Now I'll just one by one, I'll just come to the pictures. The first one is Mother needs some money. She is at dash. You can see the picture. What is the picture of? It is the picture of a bank. So what will come here? Bank. The second one is Mahesh and his pet are playing in the dash. So the answer is playground. You can look at the picture. It's the picture of a playground. Third one, a man is studying in the dash. Picture of a library. You will write there library. Fourth one is Mr. Kapoor is waiting for his train at the dash. He is waiting at the railway station. Then we have fifth one, Raju is not well. He is visiting his doctor at the dash hospital. Then we have Mrs. Gupta is buying goods from a dash supermarket. William is a tourist. He is living at a dash hotel. Hotel. Then we have Maya is watching a movie at the dash. It is a cinema hall. Then the last one is we can see wild animals in a zoo. So I hope all the pictures are clear to you. Come to the next page. Here we have some grammar portion. You already know where to use a and where to use and. Where do we use a? We use a before the consonant sounds. And where do we use an? We use an before the vowel sounds. Yes, and the vowels are a, e, I, o, u. You already know that we have already done these things. Okay, so let's come to the exercise. The first one is write a or an in front of the following words. The first word is, I'll just say the word and the answer as well. Bag, a bag. An apple, an ice cream. An ostrich, a car. An actor, a teacher. A singer, a sailor, an officer. A barber, an engineer. A scientist, an electrician. A baker. I hope the answers are clear to you. You can note them down. Okay. Next we have fill in with a or an. Here the sentences are given. You have to use a or an and complete the sentences. The first sentence is I drank dash glass of milk and ate dash apple at breakfast. So what will come in the first blank? A glass of milk and an apple. Yes. The second one is he shot dash arrow with bow. So what will come? Arrow. Arrow, here we have the vowel sound. So again an will come. Third one is Ravi has dash aeroplane. So what will come? An aeroplane. Here we have aeroplane. When you pronounce aeroplane, what sound comes? Vowel sound. Okay. The fourth one is there was dash old man. So again old vowel sound is there, so an will come. He had dash goat. Consonant sound in goat, so a will come. Fifth one is there was dash old woman who lived in dash shoe. So an old woman who lived in a shoe. Okay. Then we have come to the last exercise, page number 24. Complete the sentences by writing the words in bracket in simple present tense. Now let's read what is simple present tense. Some examples are given here. The sun rises in the east. The butterfly flies in the garden. Ron walks to the school every day. The farmer grows crops. Father drives to his hospital. Ria studies in class 2. So in all these words which are written in Latin, you can just see rises, flies, walks, grows, drives, studies. Yes. Here you can see at the end S or ES is used. That is in the simple present tense form. Okay. In the given sentences, rises, grows, flies, drives, walks and studies are in simple present tense. Simple present tense is used to express actions that happen commonly every day. Yes. Where do we use simple present tense? For the actions that are happening every day with us. Yes. So there you use with the main form of the verb, you just add ES or S. Okay. Suppose if the word is live, what will be the simple present tense of this? Lives. Yes. Walk. The simple present tense of this will be walks. Yes. Talk. The simple present tense will be talks. So I hope it is clear to you all. Let's do the exercise. Okay. The first the main form of the verb is given in the bracket. The first sentence is Meera dash in India. In bracket it is given live. So what will come? Lives. Meera lives in India. I'll just write the answers. You can copy down in your books. The first answer will be lives. Meera lives. The second one is the sun dash in the west. So set is given. What will be the answer? The sun sets in the west. Third sentence is my cat dash lot of milk. Drinks. D-R-I-N-K-S. Drinks. Fourth is Tom dash after Jerry. So run is given. It will be runs. Fifth one, Mary's lamb dashed her to school every day. Follows. Follows. Then we have the sixth sentence. Santa Claus dashed children on Christmas Eve night. Visits. Santa Claus visits. Seventh is my father dash with us on Sundays. So what will come? Plays. Eighth, our gardener sometimes dash the tree to pluck mangoes. What will come? Climbs. Ninth, when the cow dash in the evening, her calf dash back to her. The two blanks are given. In the first blank, moose will come. And in the second blank, what will come? Runs back to her. Runs. 10th, mostly a lion dash, ant dash, so roars and hunts. Roars, and the next will be hunts. 11th, a fish dash and a snake dash. So a fish swims. A fish swims and a snake crawls. A snake crawls. And the last one is my grandfather dash her fairy tales. So my grandmother dash her fairy tales. So what will be the answer? My grandmother tells. So I hope, children, that the book exercises are clear to you. We have discussed all the book exercises and we are going to forward this to you on your WhatsApp group. Okay? You can look into the exercise there and copy down in your books. So with this, we finish with lesson number 3, the hare on the moon. Thank you, children. God bless you.